Excuse me. If anybody gets on, go ahead and hit say hi so I know someone's here. It's so hot outside. Hey, I'm so sorry. The connection, like, completely cut out and my phone overheated. So I had to find a fan and reconnect to the Wi-Fi. I'm doing, sorry, okay. Sorry, my mom walked in. So, back where we left off, this is the traffic lead, just in case it cut out whenever I did that. And I got Bailey goggles, or doggles, whatever you want to call them. I'm trying to find them first, because that's like the thing I'm looking most forward to. If I even got the right size, which I'm like positive I did. All else fails, I'll return them and get new ones. I hope these are the right size. This is the box that they came in, which is a very tiny box. No, they'll fit. Okay. They're so cute. Bailey has never had any type of face gear other than she's had like a muzzle on before, but that was like for grooming because she doesn't like her nails being clipped. So it'll be interesting trying to get her to wear these. And there's something on them. Everything is just off of Amazon. Like I said before, this is what they look out from the inside. So cute. Okay. If I might try possibly to put them on her during the live. I have no idea. It just depends on how much time I have. I know, right? So the next thing that is in the box. So I don't know if I told y'all or not. I got this thing. Can I help you? Can I do this later? Okay. Pitsky with a purpose. Capital letters. Mom's asking what my channel name is. Okay, so I got this thing when we went to Universal, and I was gonna get something else, but I couldn't exactly find what I was looking for, so I just got ones with all of like the different things in Orlando, and I decided to put clips on them. And this is the one that I got when we were in Orlando, but I decided to get more because why not? And I don't know why this thing is not loading. This has absolutely nothing on it, but that's fine. And there's tape. Okay. There should be like 20 pins in here. Something like that. And I'm just going to put them all over. I don't want to take these out yet. There's... exactly. So there's like a fox. I'm not going to show that one. I'll open those so you can see them all. There's an avocado, slightly bitter lemon, if y'all can even see that. A cat in a box, no clue what that's about. A cactus, same. A cactus, a mountain with a flag, I believe. A bicycle, more mountains, camping and stuff, and a tent. There's like an airplane, a camera. Oh, there's a dog in here. I didn't know there was a dog. Oh, yeah, when life gives you lemons. There's like earth photos and a whole bunch of other stuff in here. I'll post a picture of it later, probably on Instagram, when I put all of the pins on the chain. Then I had to get a heart rate monitor thing. I decided that I was just going to go ahead and get one because my aunt has one because she's a nurse, but I didn't want to go up there to use her, so I just got one for when I go to the motion trip that y'all will see about, and I just spilled it all over the floor. Just a basic hand finger one. I'm trying to get this to go back up and stay up. So nothing too complicated or anything for Bailey, just something for me. And then the thing that I was gonna get regardless if I got all this stuff was this. This was a complicated thing that I wasn't sure if I was going to get or not. For the loud events. And like for motion, I was looking at how loud, because it's going to be at a big loud concert event. And I just wanted to protect her ears because I thought the ampage would be way too much for her poor tall little ears. These also, everything's for on. It says noise protection, for fireworks, thunder, helicopters, shooting, high noise reduction rating, comfortable and steady hold. I just got them in white because why not? And they do extend, by the way. Flexible. It should fit because her ears are on top of her head. There it goes. It should fit. I got a size medium, I think. I double check on that. But it should fit her small little head. I don't know if Bailey's outside or not. I definitely recommend getting these for if you go to that church event that you were talking about earlier. If you have any idea if it's going to be loud or not. Or depending on how loud it will be. I don't know if my dog is inside or not. Bailey! If she's not inside, I'm gonna go get her. Is Bailey, do you want me to do it? Right now. It's my Instagram name without periods and capital letters. Oh, yeah, they really do. It's, I think, I'm not exactly sure. Excuse me. What these are called. I was deciding between getting like the actual like Rectospecs brand of them, but those were a lot more than these. I think I paid $50 for these ones. There's no like brand or anything on them. I will, whenever I post, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram or not, but whenever I post a photo of me putting all of these on, which I may do that now, haven't decided. I'll probably put in the like comment section all of the brands list, or I can create a short if you don't follow me there. So, because these are great quality, like really great quality actually. These come out, I didn't know that. Yeah, I thought about that, but Bailey doesn't have issues in the theaters or anything like that. She does pretty well. We actually went yesterday to go see the Jurassic World movie, and she's fine. She just chilled out on the floor. Oh, you have some already? Where'd you get them from? I'm gonna find my dog. Excuse me, my coughing. Bailey! Bailey! Oh, in the car for Amazon. Okay. I thought it said car for a second. I can't read, apparently. Come here! She was underneath the house. Come here! Come here! Come here! Good girl! Good girl! Come here! Good! Good girl! And she's wet now. Or cold. Cool. I don't know. It's like 100 degrees outside. I keep getting notifications. Bailey. If you imagine, seriously, I feel like it's 100 degrees outside. I don't even know why it shouldn't be this hot. Like, we don't live in Florida. It shouldn't be this hot. It's absolutely ridiculous. I am going to have treats. Actually, yes, I do have treats on me. So I will be doing just a little bit, trying to get her to put the headphones and the glasses on after I send my mother the name of my YouTube channel. If I can. I don't know why this doesn't like to work very well with the chat. So if it takes me a second to read your chat, then bear with me. Bailey, come here. Come here. Good girl. Come on. Come on, Bailey. Good girl. Good girl. She's been working a while today. So I don't know if she'll even do it. Come here. Nobody wants to see your butt. Sit down. Excuse me. So I'm gonna try doing the headphones with her first. Good. Good girl. This won't even work. Good. Touch. Hold on, touch. I might have to go grab her, like, high value treats for this. Sit down. Sit down. Pretty sure they go on like this. Good. Yes. I don't have a clicker yet, or I did when she was a puppy, but I don't have it anymore. Yes. Kind of just want to get her. Good girl. Yes. I want her to see this as like a great thing because she is not used to having anything on her head. Good. Yes. Good. And she's gear shy, very gear sensitive. But she's not through. Yes. I don't want her to bite it because I don't want her to think that she has to pick these up because I do not want her biting them. If I don't get her slobber out there. Can you put your head through? Good. Yes, good. She's very treat motivated though. I might do a video later of me. Can you put your snout through? Nope. Good. Can you? Good. Good girl. Can you? Go. Good. I'm trying to figure out how to get these on because I only have 2 hands. And it's quite hard to do this without 2 hands. Good. Yes. Not your paw, but good enough. Do you have any idea for me to figure out how to put those goggles on her? Because I don't want her to hate them. Go. Put your snout through. Bailey likes those like green chewy mint things. Like the dental chews is what they're called. She loves the dental chews. I'd say that is probably her most high value thing that she'll get. Bailey, can you look? Bailey, look at me. Not the treat bag. Bailey. Thank you. Yeah, I can't use toy with her because she's such high energy dog. Excuse me. Such a high energy dog. She gets over excited about it and she doesn't listen as well. She will for a little bit, she doesn't listen as well. Me either. There, that was a giant ant on my leg. Bailey. Here. I don't want to just like stick it on her head. Can you put your snout through it? Try to open these up as much as I possibly can. Good. You're not eating it. I think I might just... Good! Do that. Good girl. Yes! Get the music going over her face. Good! Yes, good girl! Come here. Sit down. Right here. Sit down. Yes! I just dropped that on the floor. So she's going to be eating that for a moment. I don't know if it's just my dog, but every time I give her treats, she gets her slobber all over my hands. And it's absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. Bailey, go. I think. I'm trying to figure out if I should make a command for it or not. Come on, put it on. Come on. Yes, good girl. Look at me. Yes, good. Come here. Put your head through. Good girl. Whenever I was trying to teach her how to pick up my inhaler the other day. Good girl. Oh, no. Good. Good girl. Put this over her ears. She looks kind of silly. Good. Look, good girl. Good. Girl. Good girl. Good. These are like super loose. Here. Can you sit down? Up. Good. Can you sit? Look at me. Size these a bit better. I wonder if I'm gonna be able to put both these and her doggles on at the same time, because when we go to high school next year and we have to be in like the science lab and stuff like that, or we have seriously, and we have like those fire drills and stuff, because they do it randomly, and the principal said that it probably would be fine, but come here, come on. She does not like it. You're not used to having things on your head. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Come here. She's still like, I have to retie my shoe, hold on. She's still like fine. She just keeps trying to pull them off her head. So I don't think she'll have a problem with it. Bailey, come here. Good girl. They're like halfway on her head. Good girl. Good girl. You take them off? I have no idea where her drawers are at, to be honest. I think they're like all inside. Can you try and put these on? I don't want to put these on too tight. Come here. Let's try and put them on. Good girl. Good girl. Hold on. Come here. Sit down. Bailey, touch. Yes. If you ever have issues, like, I don't know what kind of service dog your dog is. Touch. No. Touch. Yes. But when she was like an itty bitty puppy, I taught her touch. No, touch. Yes. And I say that was probably the best command I ever taught her. Touch. 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 Bailey, touch. 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 Yes, good girl. Touch. Yes. Touch. Touch. Bailey, touch. No, sit down. Touch. Yes. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back. Go back. Back. Thank you. Touch. 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 Yes. I think it's probably just my dog, but she likes to paw everything. Everything. Seriously, it's like her favorite thing to do is to, whenever we're tasking and stuff, move your butt this way. Come here, turn around, sit. She'll just paw it instead of touching it with her snout, because that's mainly what most of her tasks are to do, to jump up on me or to paw me. Touch. Touch. No. Touch. Yes. And she's going to end up eating my hand by the end of this, because I don't want her to think that she has to pick this up. Touch. Bailey, touch. 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 Back up. Bailey, touch. 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 This is not eat my hands today. Touch. Touch. Touch it with your snout. Here, touch. Thank you. Instead of, I don't know, maybe I should change my channel name to, instead of Pitsky with a Purpose, to Service Dog Eats Her Owner's Hand Off. Touch. Good girl. I'm trying to put these on her again. I think I'm just gonna like shove her long ears. Come here. Come here. Bailey, come here. Good girl. Just like kind of shove her long ears in it. Sit down. Good. Come here. Come here, Bailey. Good. Sit down. Sit. Good. Come here. Sit down. Sit. I think just like for the next while I'm, because this is what I had to do with her other gear, desensitize her again. It's not too tight. Come here. Come here. Sit down. Sit down, Bailey. Come here. Sit down. Good. Just like whenever we go out, I'll probably just have them on her regardless if she needs them or not. Because she can still hear me fairly well. Come here. Sit. Bailey, sit. Come on. Sit. Good girl. Your paw? Paw? She sounds like it's choking her when she's breathing. It's not too tight. I don't know if it's too tight or you're just dramatic. Or both. Bailey. Bailey. Look at me. Come here. Good girl. Sit down. Good. Good girl. Good girl. I wanted to do something this time since we are on the live. And I just now thought about it. If you're even still here. Oh, there we go. If I can set my phone back up. I wanted to go ahead and do that because you've been on my channel a while, and there's a couple other people I want to do if they come on the lives often, is make y'all moderators. Sit down. Good. Paw. Bailey, paw. Good girl. I feel like they're too loose, but she's complaining like they're too tight. Come here. Come here. Good girl, sit down. You're welcome. Paw? Paw? Bailey, paw? Yes. Good. It's just part of your head that you're not used to being touched. Paw. Come on. Bailey, paw. Give me your paw. Paw. Sit. Paw. Give me your paw. Come here. Spin around. Sit. Don't have them on her too long. There's another person on here. Hi. You really do now. I'm gonna try and put these on her now. I feel like this is gonna take forever to get her used to because she hates stuff on her face. Good? Can you sit down? Sit. Sit. Here. Touch. Touch. Yes. I wanted to ask, do you have any type of videos that y'all want to see, or how I taught her certain things? Sit. Sit down. Sit. Sit down. Thank you. Touch. 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 No. Sit. Sit. We've been working on so much, like, getting stuff I know. It's like she doesn't understand. We've been doing so many like item retrieval recently for like the past like 2-3 weeks. So I think that's one of the reasons why she keeps trying to devour it. Bailey the Devourer. Fetch. Yes. So maybe she'll eventually understand that it's not trying to get her to grab it. Touch. Touch. Yes. Yes, good. She can see through these fairly clearly, surprisingly. Does anybody else like test their like tools out on themselves like I did with her e-collar? I used it on me before I put it on her because I wanted to be safe. Does anybody else do that because they're concerned for their dog's well-being? Because I kind of hope I'm not the only one. Come here. Come here. Yes. Good. Good, girl. Put your goggles on. Good. Yes. Good. Bailey, put your goggles on. Good. Put your goggles on. Yes. $85. Put your goggles on. Yes. Her like professional trainer. We have a professional trainer. Oh goodness. We have a professional trainer that we used. Goggles on. Good. That was teaching us how to use the e-collar properly. He was the one who recommended the mini educator for us. Sit down. He said that would be a good tool for her. He's known Bailey since she was like 5 months old, something like that, about that age, 4 or 5 months old. And he told me that I had to put it on before I put it on her. Put your goggles on? Yes. And now I guess that's just kind of been a rule of thumb. Make sure like it's not too uncomfortable, if that makes sense. Put your goggles on? Yes. And get the slobber off my hands. So we didn't go like that high, all the way up to 85. That's kind of ridiculous. Her like range, because I don't do it to where it will hurt her. I only do it to where she feels it. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Yes. I only do it to like where you can feel it, and mine was like a 10, 11, and hers is only a 4 where she'll listen. I only have to turn it up about how mine was. Sit down. Sit. Just so if there's like a dog or something running around like our neighborhood, I'll do that, but nothing, never really have to go too high in stores or anything. Put your goggles on. Yes. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Yes. Put your goggles on. Yes. Good. I couldn't move that fast enough. Yeah, if you have like a dog, even if you haven't been training them for long, or you have like a good relationship, most of the time they'll listen pretty well. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Yes. Leave it alone. Leave it. Yes. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Goggles on. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Yes. Good girl. Put your goggles on. Okay. Yes. Yes. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Bailey, put your goggles on. Yes. I'm gonna try. Now that I got like dog treat crumbs all over my leg, try and put these on her. I think one of these goes under her chin. Bailey, put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Yes. Good. Good, girl. Oh, we don't have, like, okay. On mine, there's, oh, I didn't mean to do that, I'm sorry. Sit down. Sit. Excuse me. So, this is what we have. And there's 3 buttons. This one just is a beep. And then this is the regular, this puts the number, it's on 4 right now. So this puts 4 shock on her, and then this goes up, I think like 3 or 4 numbers, which I never really use these two, I just use this. I think there's a way to change it to like a stem, but I have no idea. I just have it on 4C. I think there's a way to change it to like D or something like that, but I'm not worried about it because she listens fairly well. Put your goggles on. Yes. If you have the same e-collar as me, what is the letter on it? Is it C or E or whatever? Put your goggles on. Look. She looks kind of cool. Good girl. Good girl. Can you sit? Can you sit? Sit down. Down. They're on super loose. I'll have to tighten them. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. The one that's like the hand and the paw print. Yeah, it's the same brand. Like I said, I think it has something to do with the letter on the side of it. That's what our trainer told me. I think the GTs like these a lot better than the headphones. She looks really cool. Okay. Belly up, up. Up, up. Good girl. Can you sit? After just not on me? Oh, come here. Come here. Sit down. Sit down. Belly. Belly. Good girl. Now that I have like my fingerprints all over this, at least I know that I can clean them because the frame comes out. Not in a bad way. Come here. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Okay. Yes, good. Put your goggles on. Okay. Good girl. That's what mine is, so I don't know. Oh, you just took those off. I don't know then why yours is on, why yours has a vibration button and mine doesn't. It's okay. Good girl. Because mine just beeps. No vibration. Good girl. Come on. Come here. Come here. Sit down. Bailey, come on. Sit. They're not in your eyes or anything. Come here. Come on. Good girl. Sit down. Good. Come on. Good girl. Sit. Down. Can you lay down? Because I can't see her eyes. Now that I can't see her eyes, instead of, oh, she has such pretty eyes, now it's going to be, oh, the dog is wearing glasses. That's going to be a lovely new change. Yes. Up, up. Sit. Sit down. Up. Good girl. Try and do this again. Put this on. Get dressed? Yes. I think for the glasses, I'm just gonna say put your goggles on instead of using her how she gets in her gear. Put your goggles on. If I can hold this properly. Bailey, get dressed? Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I think. It changes. I think that's what it changes. But I'm not 100% sure. What did you got? Bailey, can you get dressed? Get dressed? Get dressed? Can you get dressed? Okay. Good girl. I think I understand what you mean by that. Mine still beeps. I tried changing it, but mine still beeps. Back up, please. Back up. Back. Bailey, get dressed. Come on, get dressed. Yes. Good. Bailey, get dressed. Yes. You're like real up and personal. Back up. Bailey, get dressed. Get dressed. Bailey, get dressed. Good. Just in case if anybody missed, this is what she looks like with her headphones on. Which is kind of cute. But she acts weird when I have them on. Good girl. There's my Oh, I know what you're talking about. Come here. Knock over boxes on your way. Sit down. Put your goggles on. Yeah. I have no idea. I don't feel for either. I guess it's just the way that I have it placed on her. Yeah. Put your goggles on. Yes. I mean, she doesn't have like a hard reaction to it or anything. I'd say like the highest I ever really go on it is 4 numbers above 4, so 8. But I think sometimes if she does feel it, it's not much. It's very little. Put your goggles on. Yes. Bailey, put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Yes. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Right. Put your goggles on. Yes. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Sit down. Sit down. Put your goggles on. Okay, put your goggles on. Yes. Good. Trying to see if I can put these in water or not. They don't come with instructions. It does tickle. Come here. Put your goggles on. I don't know why it's just more like, I don't even know if you could call it a pinch. It's just like somebody's tapping you on the shoulder. Back up. Back up. Back. Put your goggles on. Yes. Yes. Good. Put your goggles on. Bailey, put your goggles on. Yes. Good. Try. Let's see. I have no idea, but what's today's the 12th. So on the 27th, yeah, the 27th is when that event I was talking about is of this month, that I hope I can do a vlog of. And that is why I am rushing to try and get her sensitized to both the goggles and the headphones if possible, but my main concern is the headphones because I want to protect her tiny sensitive ears. But like I said before, I don't want to rush anything. Bailey, put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Okay. Yes. Good. She learns fairly fast. Put your goggles on. Yes. Good girl. And hopefully by then she'll comfortably put them on without pawing it off her face. Put your goggles on. Good. Put your goggles on. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good. Put your goggles on. Yes. That's what I'm going to do like I did when I was figuring out how to get her to put her boots on. Put your goggles on. Good. Put your goggles on. Yes. I'll probably, whenever we go out and stuff like that, I'll probably have it on for a couple hours or so. Probably put it on for about 30 minutes with supervision full supervision and then take it off and then probably put it on, like crate training. Put your goggles on. Yes. Back up. Back. Go. Put your goggles on. Come on. Put your goggles on. Yes. So this bottom strap, just FYI, there's like this bottom strap, it goes underneath her chin, and because before I was doing it like this, she keeps trying to just slide it on like this. So if you see her do that and I don't give her a treat, that's why. Put your goggles on. Come on. Like that. Put your goggles on. Yes. Put your goggles on. Yes. Back up. Belly back. Come on, back up. Back up. Belly, get dressed. Come on, get dressed. Yes. Eventually, I want to try and get her to slide her whole head into both of these. Come here. But as of right now, I'm just trying to just get up to her eyes with these and just put the bottom strap on those since, like I said before, she's never really worn anything on her head before. Get dressed. Yes. But my end goal is where I'll just tell her and she'll put them on and I'll just adjust the straps. And then it won't be my mistake like I did with her gear, which is one of the reasons why she's a little bit gear shy. Put your not goggles. Get dressed. Bailey, get dressed. Come on, get dressed. Yes. Come on, get dressed. Bailey, get dressed. Yes. I'll probably only do this with her for a couple more minutes and then put those pins on my thing because I only like to do training like this or until my treats run out because I'm almost out. Sit down. Because I only like to do training with her for 15-20 minutes, if that, especially because she's been working today. Get dressed. Come on, get dressed. Get dressed. Good girl. Good girl. Get dressed. Come on, get dressed. Good. I don't know if you can tell from this angle. I'll try and scoot her like this, but she keeps pushing her head a little bit forward each time we do it, which is great. Bailey, looking. Can you get dressed? Bailey, get dressed? Yes. It was, I think the last time I filled up my treat bag, this treat bag, not all the way, was a few days ago, not a few days, like a week ago, something like that, and it was mainly filled with just dog food, because sometimes in the mornings or at night, instead of feeding her like just in a bowl, I'll do training with her, a little bit of training, and then give her the rest of her like breakfast, which she enjoys it that way anyways, better. I think she feels more accomplished when she works for it. Bailey, here, get dressed. Can you get dressed? Get dressed? Yes. You got treat dust all over your head. Good girl. Good girl. They say that these have a 29 decibel, which is, I think, is really good. Y'all can't see her right now, but she just laid down, chilling out with those on, and I'm surprised because she's not trying to pull them off right now, which is great. Progress, Bailey, progress. I think I might just leave those on for a little bit and see if she tries to take them off or not. You can chill out. Can you lay down? Okay, lay down. You don't have to like stick your head backwards. She's like leaned back like this. She has her head leaned back. It's okay. So which ones of these pins should I put on this collar chain? And I don't know why they gave me 2 different color cameras, but that's fine. There's like extra people here. There's like extra people here, so I'm gonna show everything again. So she has those headphones that she's wearing. Bailey, come here. Get out of the box. She has these headphones on that she's wearing, pins, wherever it is in here. Heart rate monitor. If you're on the chat, say hey. Hello. Hello. What are you? You're laying on it. Bailey. Goodness. So I'm trying to figure out which one of these I should put on. Because I don't know. I can even find them all. So I'm gonna try and lay these out and then turn my camera around so y'all can see them all. So like there's a rainbow, there's a fox, a lemon, avocado. I'll have to open these all up to see them all. My original plan with these pins was to like put them on, like find certain ones to put on the places that we've gone. So some of these I won't put on, like the airplane and stuff like that, until she's been on a plane, if that makes sense. And then I'll probably add, like this is like the airplane one, I'll probably add more of them as like she goes different places. But the ones that aren't laces, if that makes sense, I will go ahead and put on there. And if you watched the Universal vlog that I posted, which go watch that if you haven't, there was a meet and greet, I guess you could call it, with a velociraptor. And so on Wednesday, I think, I have a Jurassic Park pin coming in. And if you can't tell, I like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World because she has bandanas and stuff like that. If you get the hunch. So I figured out. So there's yeah. So there's cactus, camera, oops, which I tend to say that a lot. There's this record. I think she's asleep. bicycle. I don't think I'm gonna put the tent on until we go camping. There's a dog, which looks nothing like her, a porcupine, a fishbowl. If I can turn this around. Earth, another camera, avocado, whatever this thing is, and then the fox and the lemon that I showed earlier. So what are y'all's opinions? What do you think I should put on it? Yes, the hedgehog is adorable. The pins that I don't put on, I will put on her, like, even the ones that I'm gonna save till later. She has like a travel bag, if that makes sense, that has like a bunch of food supplies and stuff like that I have for her, that came with water bowls, that I will probably attach to that so I don't lose them, because I'm known to lose things easily. Not just me. and then, as like I said before, as time goes on and she's able to do more stuff for the next 6 years that she'll be working with me, because I hope eventually she'll be able to come on a plane, which I've only flown twice if you include like there and back, so we don't fly often. But maybe if we go to Universal again or something like that, I will be able to take her on the plane. That's like one of my goals on like the checklist and stuff like that I have for her, is I want to be able to take her on a plane. Which I have no idea how she'll do, because she's not too fond of people, as you can tell. And some of the videos, people will try and pet her and she like backs up. In Florida. There's one in California and one in Florida. We drove there and it was about 9 hours. 9. And we had to stay and we got that stuck in traffic. So it was about 10.5 hours instead of 9 for us. But they have one in Orlando, Florida. And I'm not sure what part of California it is in. But they have one in California. And Disney does a pretty good job of keeping out like fake service dogs. I've seen like some like Disney vlog, not Disney, but like going to Disney and Universal vlogs and stuff like that, where people will say that they saw fake service dogs and they were actually fakes, but they do a fairly good job of keeping them out. I think I might have seen one possible fake there, but it was very iffy. It was just sniffing something on the floor, which isn't necessarily considered a fake service dog, but because Bailey's had her moments, like every dog does. But you can never be too careful this day and age. That is a long drive. Before we got Bailey, we traveled like all around with our other dog, we have a boxer. Our older dog, he's 12 now, I think. And we traveled all the way from like down here to the south, like to the, if you're looking at the map, to the left of us, and up to Pennsylvania. We traveled through Oregon, I think, but I'm not quite 100% sure of that. Yeah, but that was like way before she was even born, because we got her in 2020, so I think that's why she's so attached to me, is because I spent almost a whole year never leaving her side. Quarantine dog. I don't know, why are some of these gold and some of these black? I'm not even gonna question it. I thought about doing that I talked about in like the last live that I did, doing like a school vlog or something like that. The first day of school. I won't be there. I won't be there like the first 3 days, 2 or 3 days like that everybody else starts, because of the dog, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But you know, can't do anything about it. There is this pen that I cannot show because I don't feel like YouTube taking down this live. If you could take a while to guess what it was, I'm not putting this on the thing though. Just FYI, if you see a random 10 out. Some of these are just hard to put on. Jeez. I'm gonna weigh like an extra 5 pounds because of this. I don't know if she enjoys that I'm extra sometimes or not, but she's stuck with me for a long time. Can you tell me what this is? I think it's a cat in a box, or in a cat in a bread pan. Because this is a very fat, square cat. I think it says, if it fits, I sit. You can even see that. It's always humid. It's always humid here. Constantly. I don't understand it. You've had these on for a while. How do you feel? You know, that's what I was saying. But it says, if it fits, I sit. And that's why I was thinking it might be a cat in a box. But it does look like it looks like a fluffy white marshmallow on top of a s'more. It'll just remain a mystery. But she doesn't like cats. We actually have a cat. And it's not a happy thing all the time. The cat doesn't like her, actually, more than Bailey doesn't like our cat. Hi. How are you doing? From sitting down so long, my legs have fallen asleep. goodness. Like, completely asleep. I don't know. You don't have to lean your head so far back, Bailey. Oh. Come here. I have to walk around for a second because my legs are like completely asleep from sitting the way that I was. Come here, go lay down. Come here. Bailey, come here. Come on. Move your butt. Sit down. She's still like completely leaning her head backwards. Here. Don't lay down right there. I think I'm scared to add more pins to this. You weren't here when I unboxed everything, but we got pins, and I'm scared to add more pins to this because I feel like either something's gonna accidentally come off and poke me to death, or pull my hair off, or all of the above, or it's gonna make me, or it's gonna be super heavy. Scared to add more. I like did it all the way up to here. I might add the fox later. Still not quite sure. So I added, if I can breathe for a second. Oh, I got these for, I got 20 of these, I think it is. Okay. I got 20 pieces for $14, I think, which isn't too bad in my opinion for how like good quality, because these are good quality. They're not like plastic or anything. They're completely metal, and they have like these metal backings on it, so which is good, which means they won't fall off. Or you can order ones like I have this one. These were only like 50 cents a piece, I think. When I got this one, it was 25 at like an in-person store. But that, I guess it would just depend on where you're at. Oh, wow. I think it would be better if you got, I think there's like a couple different sets. You can see some of them. I wasn't able to see all of these pins, but if you're just looking for like a randomized set of pins or something like that, I just looked up pins on Amazon and then clicked the like ones that I kind of liked, and then you can scroll down. You can find everything on Amazon at this point. I mean, it's Amazon. And you get it fairly fast. So it's better than ordering them off of Etsy, because I thought about getting some off of Etsy, but then I also thought about the Etsy buyer strike. The Etsy buyer strike, and I didn't want to have to wait a million years. So that was great. I'm gonna show you, well, first off, this is what I was gonna do earlier. These are all the pins that I put on. This says slightly bitter if I turn it the right way. So we have these, if my dog doesn't trip me. These, and then these. What I had before, since you missed the whole gear unboxing part of it, rip-off Rector-Specs, which they're not necessarily rip-offs. These are actually really good quality, in my opinion at least. And heart rate monitor, these and those pins. And then I have 2 more things. I have ADA cards coming in and the Jurassic Park clip pin, whatever you want to call it, thing coming in on Wednesday. Don't lay on it. You're gonna hurt yourself. Okay. But, you know. Not too bad. For everything. If you were on, like, the live that I was doing, like, well, now it's an hour and almost 20 minutes ago, I had to find a extension cord to reach out in the back, in the front yard, and plug up a fan because it is so hot outside. It overheated my phone and would not let me continue going live, of course. So that was lovely. Come here. Take these off you. Hold on, back up. You've had them on for so long, I kind of forgot what you looked like. I like the fact that I can remove the padding out, if I need to, like, wash it or anything. So that is good. Pins, Rector-Specs, what? The pins? Oh my goodness. It just depends on what, if you're talking about the pins, that's over $80 or over, then it may not be the same ones. I think in East Coast they have a little bit of an upcharge depending on what area you live in, but the ones that I had weren't nearly as much as those. Okay, can you put your goggles on? Put your goggles on. Leave it. Leave it. Oh, I just dropped a treat. Here it is. Bailey, put your goggles on? Yes. I'll turn her around so y'all can see what I'm doing. Bailey, put your goggles on. Yes. This isn't like the very first time I'm doing this. This has been like about like a 40-minute process of trying to get this stuff on her. Put your goggles on. Yes. Good girl. Oh, see, that makes a lot more sense. I think it's 85, 90 degrees here today. Put your goggles on. Yes. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Yes. Good girl. I think she's gotten fairly accustomed to those, like those headphone things, whatever you want to call them. I'm just gonna, oh, I remember the name of it. It's called Mutt Muffs. That's what it's called. Back up. Back. Put your goggles on. Yes. I feel like she looks like a police dog with these goggles on. Put your goggles on. More than anything. Good girl. Good girl. Which, if any of you guys know, which I don't think I've talked about this on this channel before, I was going to teach her, like, search and rescue or, sit down, or like police dog work, something along those lines, but she still was a working dog. It just ended out better for her to be a service dog, and I stopped teaching her bite work because of service dogs can be aggressive. So, look at me. Bailey, focus. Bailey, look at me. Bailey. I'm trying to make sure she can see in these. Bailey. I might do some stay drills or something like that with this on. Excuse me. And grab more treats first because I have none. Short intermission. It'll take like 1 minute. I will be right back. Just give me a second, please. Hold on. I'm back. Sorry. I should have already had, get your nose over there, more treats set out. She took these off midway, coming on the way back. We can go out on the porch. But I'm going to try to get them back on her. Because like I said, I'll probably do a little bit of attempt stays. Put your goggles on. Yes. Excuse me. Put your goggles on. Yes. Goggles on. Yes. Still think this is way too loose, but you know, that's just me. Hi. Okay. Yes, so that is called, that's what Bailey does. Bailey is a multi-purpose service dog. And what you could do for that is, there's a couple different ways you can go, and yes, you can either get a programmed trained multi-purpose service dog, but with the issue with that is most programs do not train multi-purpose service dogs. Because of the PTSD, though, they might do they might do it for you. If you do go down that path, if you figure out that you don't or not you don't want to, but if you can't go back, then you can definitely, I'm trying to think of the word that I'm looking for. You can definitely find a way to teach that. Or what I also recommend in that way is you can either teach diabetic alert, whatever it's called, diabetic alert dogs. So you can either teach that and teach a PTSD response, or you can have either one or the other. So if you have to pick one, I'd recommend picking the diabetic alert that's already trained, because that's harder to train than a PTSD response. Get out of the box. That's easier to train. A PTSD response is easier to train than scent training, which is what diabetic alert or what Bailey does, migraine alert, high heart rate alert, all of these different things that are scent-based trained. So you have to find like the perfect amount of temperament for that. Or you could have diabetic alert trained at one program and then find a program you could drop your dog off at. They can probably retrain it for that, but you would have to tell them about the diabetic alert part of it so they could keep keep working on that. Bailey, here. Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on. Yes. Good. I want these to be a tighter fit on her, because I don't feel like they're tight enough. I've said that 1,000 times, but I seriously don't think they're tight enough. Come on. So, this treat bag that I have is from Amazon. Again, that's where I've ordered most of my gear, except for her Yup harness and her capes. Except her first beginning service dog set, her and training set that she has. Okay, sit down. That was from Amazon when I first got that. Okay. Here. I can't. I don't think they're tight enough. Bailey, cheese. I'm trying to rip them off your face again. I seriously don't think they're tight enough. I mean, it could just be me, but I also don't want them in her eyeballs, if that makes sense. I just want them to lay right here, perfectly. Just bear with me, Bailey. It'll stop in a moment. I feel like they're in her eyes. I don't want them to be in her eyes. I feel like they're not positioned enough for the way that her face is built. Stop being complicated. The longer y'all are on my channel, the longer, or y'all will realize how much I talk to my dog. I don't think I'm the only one who does it, but it's just a habit that I have. I'm 90% sure she can understand what I'm saying, but I could be wrong. I don't think, no, they don't go like that, but I don't think they both go underneath. Something has to go above her chin. I'm gonna have to look on the Amazon thing for this, because I can't see through it, want to make sure that it's not covering her eyes, which I don't think it is. It's definitely not covering her eyes because she just stood up because of the squirrel. Thank you for proving my point. Come here. Bailey, sit. Come on. Good. Wait. Wait. She has issues with staying. So, we're working on that. Stay. Okay, come. Good girl. Here. Yeah, so before, when she was a puppy, she spoke a lot more than she does now. She's a lot quieter. But she used to, I would talk to her and she would speak. Which she doesn't do that now, sadly. She doesn't respond to my questions. Come here. Come here. Heel. Without taking your glasses off. Sit. Paw. Good. Fetch. Fetch. Yes. She looks so cute in these glasses. I can't. Why are you so adorable? Anybody else who has a service dog understands the struggle of people. I mean, I can't. Here. Sit. Bailey, sit. Sit down. The amount of comments I get out in stores is outrageous. Paw. Bailey, paw. Like when I was walking around Universal, it got to a certain extent, like the last day, that I was about to start saying the same exact comments to people, which would be rude. which might be rude to a certain extent. Sit. And where did they go? Did anybody see her take those off? She's a spy. Okay. Which people kept commenting about her, like the makeshift poncho y'all saw in the video. Sit. Sit. Wait. Wait. Stay. And they kept, oh my gosh, Mom, the dog's wearing a poncho. Oh, sweetie, look, the dog's wearing a poncho. Look at the dog's shoes. The dog's wearing shoes. And after, towards the end of the day, because I got tired of people saying that stuff, I wanted to start saying, oh my gosh, Mom, the human is wearing a poncho. Look at the yellow poncho. Oh my gosh, look, the human's wearing a poncho. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, she's wearing shoes. Oh, she's wearing shoes. Which, I mean, all humans, you're out and about, you see humans wearing shoes. If it's raining, it's a normal thing to see people wearing or having an umbrella or something to cover them to protect their feet from the ground. It's the same thing with a dog. I just want a sign that says don't ask or be careful what you say. It can and will be used against you. Because it's aggravating. Like I told my mom the other day, I was nice to the last 1,000 people that asked me about it. And I'm kind of done being so nice about it. I'm grabbing a stick, by the way. Sit. Sit. Good. Sit. Sit down. Sit. 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 Sit down. Sit. That's backing up. Thank you. Good girl. Ready? 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 Stick. Stick. Go get it. And she apparently does not want to play. Maybe she does. She's funny. Oh, she's bleeding. Jesus. Bailey. Of course. She's bleeding in her mouth now. Do any of y'all's animals, dogs, cats, or whatever, eat something or have something in their mouth and it just makes their mouth bleed? I don't know if Bailey just has sensitive gums or something like that, but it's insane. I don't understand why she has so much sensitivity in her mouth. Because I don't think it's her tongue, I think it's the roof of her mouth. It's always the roof of your mouth, Bailey. Always. Always, 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 always. Insane. Here. Get dressed. Can you get dressed? I'm gonna try to put these back on her. Get dressed. Get dressed. I can't see. I'll have to look at that in a second. Bailey, get dressed. Get dressed. Okay, good girl. And come right here so I can look at what she said in a second. I can't see, it keeps going away. Yeah, I don't care about it when she's off duty, but I feel like there's a difference when she's specifically working and she has all of her gear on and it specifically says stay back, no talking, no touching, do not distract, and all of these different things. And I feel like it gets aggravating only when she's working, because I understand. She knocked my phone over. I understand it's a dog. People are gonna say something because she's a dog. That's normal. It's a dog. It's just like people, it's just like children later. It's just like children. Oh, a shiny thing, something on the shelf, something this. Oh, there's a dog. It's only when the people talk to her directly, when it specifically says not to talk, not to distract, several places. And if you see, I understand, if you see her completely naked in a store, I feel like there should be some kind of sense that goes off in people's brains that if they see a dog in the store, they should just leave it alone, because it's a dog in the store. And if you would see a dog in the store, wouldn't it register in your brain that it was either a police dog or some kind of working animal? I was talking to my mom about it the other day. I was like, I might just put a muzzle on her. I don't like muzzles. I would get one big enough that would probably go down to right here so she could breathe. But, hi. But I just don't think it's right when people do what service dog handlers call a drive-by pet either. That's what made her so antisocial. She's not fond of people. She doesn't like people touching her unless if it's somebody I've been up close to or hugged or whatever with, because people have yanked her tail, hit her in the face. I mean, and I'm aware that that's assault and they could be charged with it, but they like run off, because after I say, excuse me, they just disappear. And it's just not right, in my opinion, how people would do that to an animal in general, regardless if it's a service dog or not, because that's considered animal abuse. You don't just walk up to a random dog you see in public and get up in its face and try and pet it, or get up near it and, I don't know, whack it in the face or something, or yank its tail out. People are just absolutely ridiculous. They have like zero common sense whatsoever. No respect for anybody. I feel like after it goes to the extent of a working dog, if it comes to a pet, they don't do anything. But if it goes to a working dog, they don't care. Yeah, I've seen like service dog patches and stuff like that that say similar things, and people just don't care at this point. They don't understand, and they don't even have to understand. They just need to stay away. Like, everybody has their own personal bubble, but I feel like they just completely disregard that when it comes to when there's a clear sign. If there's not a clear sign, most of the time people will stay away, unless if it's in close quarters or something and they're not possible to stay away. It's super aggravating. I mean, and you obviously understand how people don't have respect for boundaries in that case, because it obviously says you're too close, go away. Like, that's an obvious thing. When you talk to somebody, you don't want them up in your face. I don't want somebody up in my face. So you don't want somebody up in your face. I don't want somebody up in my dog's face. I mean, if that's clear enough, if it's clear enough to read, then you should probably go away. It's like somebody, I thought about this, my mom even told me to do it. She said, if somebody keeps petting your dog even after you ask them to stop, or somebody brings up their child to pet your dog, you should just start petting their child. And I told this to one of my grandparents that I was staying with, and she said, at least you're not a grown adult, because if you did that, somebody might call the cops on you. And I mean, she's not wrong. Somebody probably would call the cops for petting their child, but you know, it would backlash on them for them assaulting my service dog. Which I shouldn't have to do that, but it's gotten to the certain extent where people are careless and have no courtesy. Like, you could probably find something like a t-shirt or something that might say something. People tend to read t-shirts a lot better than they do things on bags and stuff. Excuse me. There will also be the people that actually read it, and then they actually listen. Most of the people who do stuff like that are either children, or they are over surveillance or something like that. They're very aware of their surroundings. I don't know what I should do about it. I just kind of want to just pet these people's children, or if they bend down to pet my dog, just start petting their head. Yeah, it's, instead of like, you should probably get a sign or something, because I have the same issue. Get a sign or something that says, don't care if you're 6 feet back, stay 11. I'm setting up this heart rate monitor, by the way. Because people will say, oh, I'm far away, but most of the time, people's versions of far away isn't far enough. Their version of far away could be about like 2 feet away instead of 15. No, you don't. I get so aggravated. It's like when I was younger, I was like 5 through like 7 or something like that. I was around that age, so I was younger than I am now, obviously, but I wanted to turn, we had like the old box I was talking about, I wanted him to be a service dog for me. Now I had like a legitimate reason for it, but I didn't understand that you couldn't just do that. They actually had to have training at the time. But I mean, now that I officially understand it all, and I feel like I like having my dog out in company. She keeps me alive. I appreciate her. She does so much for me. I owe my life to my dog. But I feel like when you don't have one, you want it, and when you do, it gets aggravating because you understand why you need it and you wish you didn't need it. At some point, you wish you could just want it again, which is aggravating, like you said, because people don't understand how frustrating it is to have to deal with the stupid people in the stores. Because most of the time, your dog doesn't even do anything. It's just people, or the people who think that it's okay to bring fake service dogs into stores and stuff like that. And I don't even understand half the time why people want to bring their tiny, crusty white dogs or crusty chihuahuas into stores. And no offense to the actual goodness, I'm sorry I keep knocking this over, actual like small service dogs. Like there's a service dog